New York Giants' first film review of the season. I'm excited for this. This was a great game to watch, honestly, and just watching this back has me really excited about this team. And if they can beat Dallas here in Week 5, then you know what? The division is still up for grabs. I'm feeling good about this team for the first time probably in about 2 years, honestly, since we've been 2-2 against Washington back when Daniel Jones won his first 2 starts. Anyway, first play, Kenny Golladay is on the bottom here. This was a pretty nice play by Jason Garrett, and I'll go over why here. Just let it run real quick. So watch John Ross here. He kind of clears these guys out on more of a post route. And he did a good job of clearing out this safety and giving Golladay room to operate here. So here's the safety here. They're playing his own defense, of course. Now, Daniel could have thrown a ball here. Not going to happen. No, I don't blame him for that. And the Giants' offensive line gave him a lot of time in this game. But watch him clear out this safety right here. He gets him out of the way. Now Golladay is one-on-one kind of here with Marshawn Lattimore, who follows him. But he has enough separation there and makes the catch over the middle. Gets some yards after the catch. And the Giants get a big play as a result. So I don't know what type of route Galladay's even running here. He's going to go to the bottom, kind of like a triangle, honestly. It was weird, but runs to the bottom, then kind of cuts in, makes the catch over the middle. So that was a nice job by Jason Garrett. And Daniel Jones honestly had like 3 places to go with this ball. Of course, John Ross, you're not going to throw it here with 2 safeties right over here, but had a chance to go to Ingram, had a chance to go to, I guess, Barkley down here, and of course, waited for Golladay, waited for the big play to develop. Good job by Daniel Jones. And of course, on a play like this, you got to give a lot of credit to your offensive linemen. So let's see what happened here on the offensive line. We saw a tight end, Kyle Rudolph, helping the block there. It's a great job by everybody from what I saw. I mean, Andrew Thomas one-on-one on the outside there, doing a great job. Will Hernandez lit up some penetration for sure, but was able to seal off his guy enough here and give Daniel Jones this pocket. Double team over here happening. Nate Solder double team with Kyle Rudolph. Great blocking by the Giants. Saints only sent 4 guys, but it worked out perfectly. And a great play call by Jason Garrett. I'll be saying that a few times this video, believe it or not. Here was the John Ross touchdown, and I just showed you guys a play where John Ross's speed made a difference. On that last play to Golladay, John Ross's speed is so respected around the league that other safety kind of followed him and let Golladay get that catch over the middle of the field. Now here's a play where this corner's kind of giving him this inside leverage here, and that's going to help on this post route here by John Ross. It's play action once again. Now the Saints have a few guys underneath, but this safety was kind of late getting over there, and it gave him enough time, and Ross, they called it a catch. I didn't know what it was at the time, but they called it a catch. All that matters. So take a look again. They give him that inside leverage here, and John Ross takes advantage, just has to put the burners on. Now this safety is still watching Daniel Jones' eyes, and once he sees him load up the throw, he's going to be too late because John Ross already has all his momentum, and he's in a full-out sprint, and Daniel Jones lays out a good ball, about 49 air yards on that one, and gets it to John Ross for a touchdown. Now once again, the offensive line looked like they did a great job on this play. Andrew Thomas once again, one-on-one. Bunch of guys double teaming here. I think this is Skura and Price right here. Will Hernandez one-on-one. Kyle Rudolph doing what Nate Solder should be doing, doing a good job blocking there and giving Daniel Jones a pocket. So that was awesome blocking, awesome play call once again. So these plays work when you have blocking, I'll put it that way. And they were a lot more aggressive in this game, of course. That's like the main takeaway of how aggressive Jason Garrett was in this game. So hopefully they keep that going. And John Ross is making a difference. Hopefully he stays in the lineup. So here was a Daniel Jones play right before halftime, I believe. And this was a smart play by him. There was one opportunity for a throw right there, somewhere to Kadarius Tony, I will say. But you can see the pocket was kind of collapsing here. Some guys were on the ground, but there was some pressure. And Daniel Jones does the right thing, just moves up in the pocket and says, let me take off, and picks up a good amount of yardage there to try and get them in the field goal range. And once again, could have went to Tony on the inside here because there was nobody in the middle of the field. So could have went here. I don't know what the timeout situation was, so I shouldn't even speak on that. But he was technically open there. But anyway, let's take a look at the pocket once again. What happened on this play? Who broke down? Who fell? Will Hernandez got knocked over. Nate Solder fell over at the end there. So it wasn't the cleanest rep by the offensive line, but some guys were falling over each other. The left side held down pretty nicely with Skura and Thomas. And then you saw Billy Price over there kind of work on that stunt, do a good job there on Cam Jordan. So yeah, good job by Daniel Jones to step up and get the clock to stop running, going out of bounds and getting a big gain. So I got to call out the defense a few times in this video, unfortunately, because they were far from perfect. Here's a big catch to Marquez Callaway on top of the screen. This may have been the first play at a halftime, I think. I'm pretty sure it was. But anyway, big catch over there, over the middle. We'll kind of take a look at what happened in the secondary on this play. Now, I think Logan Ryan, who was the one safety, looks like a cover 3. He was the one safety. He was put in a tough spot because here you have Taysom Hill on a deep crosser, and of course, Julian Love is not backed up enough. You don't trust Tate Crowder to see what's going on behind him. So he's in a tough position. Do I go with Taysom Hill and take away, which would be an easy about 20, 30-yard gain here with Taysom Hill, or do I take away a possible big play here because James Bradbury didn't really have the best rep here against Callaway on the outside? He decides, well, doesn't decide, but I think he saw the ball leave Jameis Winston's hands and went for Callaway, but it was too late. And we'll take a look once again because James Bradbury kind of got turned around here. Look at the route on top here. I'll kind of try and slow it down here for you guys. He might have had a step outside here, and it kind of fooled Bradbury. He turned around right about here. He just turns around, and at that point, he was done for. Callaway got enough separation there, and it was a good ball by Jameis, I can't lie. But anyway, big game by the Saints there. Wasn't the best defensive showing, but let's see the pass rush because there has been a lack of that, especially in this game. We did not sack Jameis Winston one time in this game. And yes, as you can see, just like not enough pressure. I mean, Leonard Williams tried to win with his strength there. That was not really working there on the left tackle. Once again, this is their backup left tackle, so like that's a rep that Leonard Williams probably should be winning. Double teams down here with Johnson and Lawrence, and even a double team outside on Lorenzo Carter. So if you're Leonard Williams, you got to win this rep. And I'm not going to act like Leonard Williams had a bad game. I thought he played pretty well in this one, but that's one against a backup left tackle where you got to get there. Jameis had how many seconds in the pocket? I'll just try and count real quick. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, like, you know, a good 4 seconds here. So if you're Leonard Williams, you got to do a better job there for sure. But he did play well for the rest of the game, but that was not the best rep there by him on that play. So here was a play where it was just awful effort, I'll put it that way, with the Giants defense here. I remember putting my face in my couch after this happened. It was just awful. But anyway, it's a smart play. You put the fullback in motion, I believe that is. He's going to take care of some of the blocking here. QB power with Taysom Hill. Now you have him wrapped up by 2, 3, almost 4 guys on the Giants defense. And it's just, I think too many guys were just digging at the ball. Like, you just got to get them down. I know you're trying to get a key turnover here in the red zone, but I would much rather take 3 points than 7, and unfortunately it went for 7. So, you know, I know the Giants won this game. It's kind of like whatever, but like for future reference, like they cannot have these things happen. We'll take a look at who had a chance at him here. So, looks like Tate Crowder might be the first one to actually get him. Right there, Crowder basically has him wrapped up. Also, Ojulari, I think, kind of got in there. Somebody was digging at his legs, and Taysom Hill just kept going. Now, Crowder was clearly trying to rip the ball out. I get that part of it. Even Austin Johnson, all like 300 pounds of him almost, has a chance at him. I don't know what happened here with him. And then you have Adoree Jackson, who had a rough game trying to tackle Taysom Hill. He got ran over on Taysom's second touchdown, I believe. Then Bradbury even comes in. He doesn't get him with the arm tackle. And Leonard Williams just is out for, you know, a Sunday jog. And yeah, it was bad. So anyway, yeah, good job, Leonard. Tackle him after he scores. So yeah, that was not good effort by the Giants defense. And as I said, they won, so it's whatever. But you just cannot have that going forward, especially against a team like Dallas next week that is running the ball very, very well right now. Here was another good play call by Jason Garrett. I'll let the play run here first. And you know, the route concepts really worked against a defense like this. They were in deep zone here. It may have been a cover 4, I don't know, but there was a lot of, like, you know, the safeties and corners were pretty far off their man here. You see right here about 10 yards of separation here. There's no receiver over here, so of course it's a zone look. And this is a great route concept right here, and right here. I'll tell you why. So, of course, you have Lattimore here. You have one safety on this side of the hash. Now, Kadarius Tony is going to run deep and take care of 2 of these guys, occupy 2 of them. Now you have one of these. I think this might be Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, not a linebacker, but a corner. And he has to take care of this underneath route, who I think is Barkley or maybe Ingram. So he's in a tough decision. Do I go with the short guy? I can't see the guy behind him, of course. So this route cleared out 2 guys on the Saints defense. This route cleared out 1 guy on the Saints defense, and nobody is left to guard Kenny Golladay. And once again, Daniel Jones had the time to make that throw. So just, you know, it was a smart play and a smart play call against a defense like this. The Giants got the look they needed on defense, and they executed. So great job by the offense there. And once again, we will take a look at the offensive line and see what did they do. Andrew Thomas on the island once again, doing a great job. Double team over there in the middle. I'll try and slow it down. So double team in the middle here. Skura, Price, Will Hernandez trying to get bull rush. Didn't really work. Then you have the combination of, I think, Rudolph and Soler once again on Cam Jordan. the Giants did a great job blocking this game. There's no other way to put it. They were phenomenal up front in this game. Daniel Jones was not sacked once. I don't know how many times he was hit, but it didn't feel like many, if at all. So Giants offensive line, hat tip to them for their performance here against the Saints. So here was a Jason Garrett call that really annoyed me. So Daniel Jones on this drive, I'm not going to show the whole drive, of course, but he was just tearing apart the Saints defense on this drive. They get inside the 5. The first play was a Saquon Barkley inside handoff. Okay, I would rather have passed there, but okay. Then there's this, a handoff to the tight end Evan Engram, and this is what they expected to work. And this is just such a tough play on your offensive lineman. Like, yes, you have Kenny Golladay one-on-one with, a corner. He can probably block him. But you're expecting all these guys, a tight end, your left tackle, left guard, center, to get out here and make blocks and seal off this edge here for Engram to get around. It's a tough play. Now, I will give some of the guys credit, especially Andrew Thomas. He somehow got around his guy and was able to seal off. It was very good. So I'll take a look on the other angle after this. But obviously, they lost like 2 yards here on a play. It was a second down and goal, I believe, right here. So anyway, here we go. Here's the handoff. Take a look at some of the blocking. Andrew Thomas faced up his guy and then was able to seal off this edge. Great job. But, once again, just too many guys that were unblocked. You can't expect everyone to block here. You're going to expect Matt Skura to get in, to this level here and seal off his guy. It's probably not going to happen. So it just was not the smartest play call in that situation, and you just leave Engram out to dry. I think Caden Smith wasn't able to hold his block very long like Andrew Thomas did. He never had a chance to seal his guy. That's Malcolm Jenkins there. So, yeah, it was just not the best play call in that situation. And, yes, I'm kind of Monday morning quarterbacking here, but why couldn't they just have a fake to Engram and then do have Barkley roll out on a play action and then put Jones and Barkley in a 2-on-1 versus this guy out here? Why not do that? I feel like that would have been a smarter play. It was either going to be a Jones running a rushing touchdown or Saquon on the reception. I don't know. It just did not make much sense to me. I feel like that was kind of a momentum killer type play, and they kind of got too cute there, and that's not what you're supposed to do when you're inside the 5-yard line. So here's a series of 2 plays that I really think changed this entire game. So this was the first play. This was the third quarter, I believe. The Saints were probably up 14-7, somewhere around there. So do a fake toss to the running back. Jameis Winston finds Kenny Stills splitting the safeties for a long touchdown. Now, I don't know which safety's fault it was, honestly. You could argue that McKinney probably should have traveled with Stills because, he had this underneath coverage here with Adoree Jackson, so he doesn't have to worry about this guy on the drag, or the deep crosser, I should say. So probably should have been McKinney, but you could also argue that Logan Ryan shouldn't, be staring at the quarterback this long either. You should probably be turned back and find your guy. But anyway, so that play is wiped off due to a holding call on the Saints tight end. This is Adam Troutman right here. So Adam Troutman versus Leonard Williams. I criticized Leonard Williams' effort before on a play, but that is a play that probably saved the game. Because honestly, if the Saints go up 21-7, I think the score would have been. I don't know if we're coming back from that. So anyway, Leonard Williams does a good job here on Adam Troutman. And you see the hold somewhere around here. He's trying to disengage. That's a hold with his right arm right there. So they throw the flag, as you can see up there. Touchdown's taken off the board. Then I think it was the very next play. They put Taysom Hill in shotgun, fake to Kamara, and he goes deep. Now, there's one safety over here. It's Logan Ryan, it looks like. And James Bradbury's the man in coverage. Now, I do think that, who is this? Deontay Harris, I think it is, had some space to make a play if he threw it more over here, but he threw it way too far towards the sideline, and it gave James Bradbury a chance to make a play. I think Deontay Harris is listed at 5'6" or 5'7", so the height advantage for sure goes to James Bradbury there. But this was a play where this saved the game for the Giants, and the fact that Sean Payton put in Taysom Hill, I think, also saved this game, and I'll explain why. I think on a play like this, where if you look from this view, Jameis Winston probably, if he's going to make this throw, is throwing it far enough. This ball was underthrown by Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill does not have the arm that Jameis Winston has. As you can see, he had to stop before that ball came here. So here's Deontay Harris, the receiver. He stopped it around the 15-yard line to come back to the ball. If he kept throwing that ball and it landed at the 10 or the 5, he's probably gone for a touchdown. So I will say Taysom Hill being in there at quarterback may have saved that as well. So anyway, yeah, Leonard Williams did a really great job on that play. Kind of saved the game in my opinion, and this was the turning point in the game right here. So here's a play that if you show me this, I would think that Pat Shurmur still runs the offense because he used to do this all the time back in 2018 when we had Odell Beckham. This time, of course, they do it with Kadarius Tony. It's going to be an inside handoff to Saquon Barkley, but watch how he utilizes Kadarius Tony here in this pre-snap motion. So he uses him, sends him over here. Ball is snapped. Now Kadarius Tony's going to run behind here to about the 20-yard line or so, but it gets Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the man who is guarding Kadarius Tony, out of the play. You see 22 here. He's now out of the play, and his back is to the ball. So in the event that Saquon Barkley was able to kind of break a run here, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson had his back to the ball. So that's why this is such a smart thing. Like I always said in the past, if you can use your wide receiver as an advantage to get another guy out of the box, like you might as well do it. And I love when offensive coordinators and play callers take advantage of this. Like it doesn't hurt to put your wide receiver in the backfield and send them out, in motion. Like it just gets another guy out of the play. Now you could say, yeah, well, Mike, he still would have been in the slot. Like if you kept Tony here, Johnson would have been lined up here across from him. But it's all about momentum. So if he was if Tony was never in motion and stayed right here, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson could have just ran to his right and made a play. But now that Kadarius Tony's in motion like this, he now has to turn his head around, has his momentum going this way towards the sideline, and has to go back and make a play. So that's why it's important to me. Yes, it's only like a 4 or 5 yard gain, but I just love when play callers do that. And I do hope we see more of that because Kadarius Tony is an actual weapon in this league. So here's a play I listed as get the ball in his hands, and it's Kadarius Tony, of course. He runs a simple slant down here. Daniel Jones makes like a 10-yard throw based on the air yards, and Kadarius Tony just does the rest. And it's what you love to see here. I mean, this is why you took him in the first round. So right here, he catches it. Most guys are probably going down somewhere around here, but watch Kadarius Tony and the rest he does here. Makes a guy miss there, stiff arm, makes another miss there. Jump cut, make 2 guys miss there, and picks up an extra few more yards. Like what this guy can do with the ball in his hands is very impressive, and the Giants got to do everything in their power to get the ball in Tony's hands going forward. Now look, Daniel Jones, a simple throw. He's throwing from the 25 to about the 35. It's a 10-yard throw, basically, maybe 11-yard throw, and Kadarius Tony just weaves in and out of guys and somehow just makes everybody miss. And I know that he ran this route on a rookie corner, I believe it was Paulson Adebo. I think it was 29. Yeah, 29 there. He is a rookie, like a 4th-round pick, I believe. But still, it was a pretty crisp route by Kadarius Tony, and he can make a quarterback's life so easy because, once again, it was a 10-yard throw for Daniel Jones. If he can do this with the ball in his hands, he should probably get around 15 touches per game, I would say. So although the Giants had a great game offensively, this was a missed opportunity, which is pretty rare in this game. You have 3 wide receivers out here. Of course, there's no corner. Well, I guess there's a corner here who's going to blitz once again on Kadarius Tony. He just runs a slant here again. Now, Kadarius Tony was known at Florida for being very short-handed and making catches. This one maybe was Daniel Jones' fault, may have been too far, but this is a play where I think if Tony catches this thing, I mean, I'm not going to say he would have scored, but like you never know. Like he basically catches it here. He probably would have cut up field and been one-on-one with the safety, either cut left, cut right, and I don't know if Adebo was going to catch him or if this linebacker is going to catch him or what, but he probably would have had a big gain on this play. We'll see from the other angle how far that ball was from him. I want to see like if this was the quarterback or if this was more of Kadarius Tony not catching the ball. There's the ball there. I mean, yeah, I don't think it touched his right hand. I get it. It probably should have been a better throw, put it on his chest more, but either way, I guess both guys could be at fault there. But yeah, that's one where if he catches that, it's probably a big play. But I think Saquon scored on like the next play or maybe 2 plays later, so they were fine. But this was a unfortunate missed opportunity there for the rookie. Here it is, the long Saquon Barkley. This was a 44-yard touchdown. Saquon's out wide, top left of the screen. You have 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end. I think that's Rudolph. I think I see a 0, so let's go with that. So empty set here for the Giants. Now, I think this is more of the Saints just not playing good defense. I will say that. Everyone else was in man coverage except for Marshawn Lattimore, who was the guy beat on this play. I think that's Lattimore. Yeah. So we'll look at it real quick right here. So everyone else on the Saints defense is in man. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is supposed to be man right here, but for some reason, he is looking in the backfield. I don't know if Lattimore thought this was zone defense or what, but the Giants got to capitalize on this opportunity right here, and they did. Saquon Barkley leaks out, gets like 5 yards of separation on Lattimore, and Daniel Jones lays out a great pass. Now here's Saquon Barkley. He's in a situation where if he cuts back and gets cuts across cleanly, he could score. This is Marcus Williams, one of the better safeties in football, and he does that against him, and Lattimore gets him too late. Huge play for Saquon Barkley, much needed for the Giants offense. This made it a 21-18 game, I believe, so they were down 21-10 before this play. This was maybe one of the turning points in this game, obviously. So yeah, it was probably created because the Saints had a mishap on defense, and one guy didn't probably know what defense they were in at that play. But hey, you got to take advantage of mistakes in this league, and the Giants did it. So We'll take a look at the offensive line once again because I think they did a good job here. Cam Jordan, Andrew Thomas. Let's take a look here. I think Andrew Thomas with really good hand placement, it looks like. Well, at least he did at one point right here. Good hand placement by him. Even Nate Solder doing a good job on 98. That's Peyton Turner, actually, their first-round rookie this year, so that was pretty good talent right there. Inside guys doing pretty good, it looks like. We saw Skura going over to help Thomas at one point. Billy Price doing a good job, and Will Hernandez. And, of course, the throw. Another on-point throw by Mr. Danny Dimes, and Saquon Barkley for 44 yards and a big play in this game. So can Saquon do this every week? I don't know because, this was a blown coverage once again, but the Giants got to get the ball in his hands. He won't be catching a 44-yard touchdown every week, but just to play like this, putting him out wide and taking advantage of his receiving skills, it's like, why not do it? You know what I mean? It worked here, and I'm excited to see if they do it again next week. So here's a play I listed as Kenny Golladay because the yards after catch were glorious right here by Kenny Golladay on the bottom of the screen. Now, I'm no football expert, but I kind of just look at things and try to interpret it, why are they doing this, and just kind of answering that, why is this happening? Kenny Golladay took a while to kind of get out of his break here, and I think it's because they saw the Saints were in man, and Kenny Golladay stalling on his route gave him more room. I'll go over why in a second. So just watch Evan Ingram right here. He runs a quick slant or kind of like a drag, and then Kenny Golladay makes the catch. The reason why is I think because if these two ran their routes simultaneously, Golladay and Ingram, this corner probably would have been somewhere in the vicinity of where Kenny Golladay was catching the ball. So I think that's kind of why Golladay was watching Ingram and making sure he was going before he went, if that makes any sense. Because in that case, this corner gets cleared out, and now Kenny Golladay has more space. So right there, this corner is out of the way. Kenny Golladay now has all this space to work with, whereas before, if you back it up a bit, this corner was in that space. You know what I mean? So this kind of gave him space to clear out and give Kenny Golladay the entire right side of the field to work with on his own. Now, this was a very good catch, playing through contact, very tough reception there. Then takes a hit from Malcolm Jenkins, who is a good safety, as we know, bounces off of him and gets an extra 15, maybe 20 yards on that. So that was a great job by Kenny Golladay. Nice throw by Daniel Jones, too, I think. I want to see it in slow motion real quick. We'll just play how the offensive line did here. Solder versus Cam Jordan. Let's see. I think Saquon was down to help for a little, maybe not. It seemed like the offensive line, once again, did a great job. It wasn't, the longest protection in the world, of course, but let's take a look at the throw. Can't see much there, very blurry, but it seemed like he put it right on Kenny Golladay. He made a tough catch once again, and then bounces off the safety and is able to pick up. Let's see, he started at the 45. He goes all the way down to the 35, 20 yards right there. Wow. So here was a big play in overtime here, the final drive. This was right before Saquon Barkley had the game-winning touchdown. Giants with 4 receivers here. I think this might be Ingram. I'm not sure because this is Tony, and I forget who this is on the bottom. Maybe John Ross. So this is Golladay here who made the big catch. He ran out, and I think to the corners, kind of like a 7 route. So he was guarded by the rookie once again, Paulson Adebo, number 29. And I think Adebo made a pretty big mistake here. I don't know what he was doing personally. I don't know if he thought it was zone or something. I have no idea. Because everyone else looks like they're in man coverage here, and Adebo kind of just runs towards the middle of the field and just sits down. I don't know what he thought was going on there. So I'm not saying the Giants got lucky or anything because the NFL does come down to taking advantage of the most mistakes and taking advantage of mismatches. And this is an advantage of taking advantage of a mistake because I don't know what Adebo was doing right here. If Adebo stayed in man, he may not have kept up with Golladay, but he sure as hell would not have been over here. Now Golladay makes the catch, picks up an extra 10 yards or so, got the Giants down to the 6. So, yeah, the biggest play in overtime probably came down to an error by the Saints here because, once again, I don't know if there's anyone that knows more football than me. There's probably some of you in the comments. Let me know because I genuinely have no clue what he was doing. It looked like everyone else right here is in man coverage. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 guys in man coverage, and you have Adebo looking stupid. I don't know. There was one high safety, one guy playing underneath. I don't know what happened there. So, yeah, it just comes down to which teams take advantage of the mismatches and takes advantage of the other team's mistakes. I'm not saying, the Giants got lucky. No, they took advantage of a mistake, and that's what good teams do. So, hopefully the Giants are a good team is what I'm trying to say going forward. Anyway, offensive line, how did we look here as we close things out? Nate Solder, once again, not that bad against Cam Jordan. I mean, Andrew Thomas kind of gave up here. They try to knock down the pass here with, I think that's Roach, and then whoever this is. No, this was Peyton Turner, I believe, trying to knock it down. Didn't work. And then we have Kenny Golladay getting 10 more yards after the catch. So that's pretty much how it ended. Of course, Saquon ran it in right after that. But I feel much better about this team after watching this. There's people that say, "Oh, the Giants should be 3-1 or whatever." I think they should be at least 2-2. The whole Dexter Lawrence thing was ridiculous. I mean, yeah, he may have been offsides, but that was very avoidable, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this team is probably better than a 1-3 team. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully something clicked for Jason Garrett. Kind of answering the title of this video, I do hope something clicked with Jason Garrett where he says, if I'm more aggressive, this offense is good. Like, it's pretty simple. It's a pretty simple concept. I really hope Jason Garrett can figure that one out, because if the Giants are aggressive, they could put up offensive numbers like this. This wasn't the greatest offensive game in the world. I think the Giants scored 27 points in this game. It's not like they scored over 30, but hey, I'll take 27 over like the 13 or 7 we usually score. So like it's fine. I'll take that. So hopefully this, something clicked for Jason Garrett once again. Hopefully the offense continues to push the ball downfield and have more explosive plays, because that's how you have a good offense in today's NFL. If you don't, you have to be perfect on just about every single snap. So yeah, that'll do it. The Giants took advantage of mistakes here by New Orleans, which is pretty surprising, but I will take that. They now have a very important Week 5 game against the Dallas Cowboys. I'm excited for it. So hopefully we get that win. This was a great game to review and watch. I'm not going to thank the person that gave this to me, because it's kind of like a whole black market thing right now with the all 22. Like, you don't want to, tell people who your plug is. But yeah, anyway, thanks to that guy, and I'll talk to you guys next time.